Hello and welcome to another video of TestRail QA application. Today we are going to add milestone test cases and creating a test run. So those all viewers who didn't get a chance to see how we can start with the TestRail or how we can add a project can view my previous video. So let us log into the TestRail project we created. Remember that you will have to use the same web address which has been provided by TestRail and the username password from GeoRock. So I'm using the same email address and password and click on login button. So I reach to the project dashboard here. This dashboard says that we don't have any test run and we don't have any test cases, but there are some milestones. So we'll add our own milestone at first, then we'll add sections, then we'll add test cases into the sections, then we'll add the test run and results. Alright, so let's click on the milestone button, or we can go to the dashboard where we can view the buttons, different buttons for different purposes. So now I'm clicking on milestones button. Here I'm adding my new milestone. Add milestone. So milestones are basically based on the test phases or maybe based on the release or anything. So here I'm writing the milestone name as release 1, and I'm not providing any due date to the milestone, no description, and clicking on add milestone button. So I have created the milestone with the name of release 1. Alright, which don't have any active test runs. So now I'm adding sections before adding test cases, and the sections are something where we can organize our test cases based on the major functionalities or modules. So I'm adding here some sections. Let's say I'm adding a section called payable. Description is optional, that section, and now I am importing some test cases to this section. I have two options while importing test cases or while writing test cases to this TestRail application. One is the test cases can be the test case can be added directly with this test add case button. Here I can provide the title name, the other values which are coming from the template by default, and I can click on add test case. With this way I can add the test case, one test case at a time. I have the other option also where I can import the test case directly from a CSV or XML file. In one shot I can import many test cases with this option. So before using this import test case, my CSV file should be ready, and I have already created a sample CSV file, and I am clicking on import from CSV file, or else you can import the test cases from XML file also if you have the XML file ready for your test cases. I'm choosing the file and clicking on this payable CSV file. Okay, and again I have to map my CSV file columns with the TestRail columns. So for that, either I can use new mapping I can create, or I can use the mapping file which I have already with me. So I'm using mapping from the configuration file, the second option, This option provide a flexibility that the CSV file columns automatically maps to the TestRail columns, which you can see in the next step. So the configuration file has already mapped successfully. So these are the options. Advanced option, if you wish to select, then here you have to select which section it should go. So I'm saying that it should go to the payable section, since I have already one section as of now. So I'm importing my test cases to this payable section. The other values are the default values. Here one thing, if the first row of the CSV file you are using as a header, so it should be checked, or otherwise it should be unchecked. This is the default template name. In my later on videos I will also showcase you how you can configure the template from the administration tab. I'm clicking on the next button now. Here I can see there are some options which says that the CSV file has mapped to the TestRail field. For that I loaded my configuration file. So this is the benefit of loading the configuration file. So the CSV file automatically maps to the TestRail field. So again I need not to check here and select what and all the TestRail fields with respect to the CSV file. It can be anything. So now I'm clicking on the next button. The default values are appearing here. So I'm not making any change here. Clicking on next button. Here is the preview of the import. So I can just have a look if everything is appearing in a correct fashion. So it seems that everything is mapped correctly and the values are populating over here in the correct way. I'm clicking on import button. So I have imported my CSV file successfully, and you can see that 2 test cases have been imported, and at this point of time I can download my configuration file, which I can utilize later on for my test cases if I wish to upload more test cases to some other sections. So it's better than that we can download the configuration file always here. Now I'm clicking on the close button. So here I can see that I have got 2 test cases which I have added under this section. I can, if I wish to change, if I wish to see, then I can click on the test case. Then I can see here how the steps are there, expected result, other values, everything like that. Okay, so now I have added test cases, so I have to add TestRun now, so that I can run my test cases later on. So I'm adding TestRun now. TestRun. So the same way I have to add the TestRun also. I'm coming on the TestRun and result button and clicking on add TestRun option here. Add TestRun. So I can provide any name of my TestRun. For example, the TestRun name is TestRun 1. I'm providing, and milestone I have to map. Here is the benefit. You can map your TestRun to the milestone. So there are the options. So you will have to select the appropriate milestone. So as we have created the release 1 milestone for this video, so I'm selecting release 1 milestone and assign to definitely to me only, since there is only one user. Description, I'm not providing any description as of now, or if I wish then I can provide also, since this is an optional thing, so I'm not adding it. include all test cases. I'm adding all the test cases since I have already two test cases. If I wish to select the specific test cases should be uploaded to the particular test run, so I can select the specific test cases also, but as of now we have only two test cases, so I am including all the test cases to this milestone and the test run. So I am clicking on the test run. The test run has also created successfully with the name of test run 1. Okay, so under this test run 1 I have one section with the name of payable which we have created, which is showing there are two test cases and assigned to David C, which I am, and the status as of now is untested. There are various status pass, block, retest field as well. If I wish to execute the test case, then I can probably add result to the test case from here, add result. So if this test case says the steps are passed, the steps are as per the expected result. So I can provide the status as pass. If not, probably I can choose the status as field. Let's say this is passed, so I'm clicking on passed. I can write any comment here, and I can add an image to this field also, and let's click on this add image. I can add any image, drag and drop to this space, and I can click on add image, or I can control C control V option I can also use. And the steps, and let's say passing the steps, all the steps, pass, assigned to myself only. Version is again optional. Defects, there are no defects. This is the thing which I can integrate with the other defect management tools which I was talking about in my first video also, that we can integrate the various defect management tool with this TestRail. I will showcase you how we can do that in my later on videos. As of now I'm passing this test case. Okay, I'm clicking on the add results, so this test case has been passed. So now I can fail the another test case. This test case I am failing here, so that I will be having one passed test case and one failed test case. Okay, and I'm clicking on add result. So as of now we have two test cases, and out of two test cases one test case is pass and one test case is failed. This we can view in our overview of the dashboard. See, one test case is pass and one test case is failed. So 50% of the test case said to be passed and 50% test cases said to be failed. So this is how we can add milestone, and we can add section, we can add test cases, we can add test run and results, and how we can execute the test cases. So in my next video I will showcase how we can invite users, how we can set up the integration, how we can create a report, and managing the administration tab. So thank you so much for watching this video, and please like and share this video. Thank you.